Hey everyone, it's a new month, so that means it's time for our newsletter. Today we're going to cover a bunch of topics, including where the ad industry is going. So let's dive in. All right, everyone, thanks for joining. And today we have a new newsletter with lots and lots of good stuff. First off, in our newsletter, we kind of cover what is going on with the ad industry itself right now. There's a lot of things happening in the ad space. It was the Greek philosopher Heraclitus that said, "There is nothing permanent except change." And that is true right now for the digital ad industry. We're seeing a lot of changes happen. And this kind of all started in 2019 when Google first announced what happens on your iPhone stays on your iPhone. This was the scene outside of a CES convention in 2019, and it really started the fundamental change of the ad industry for years to come. Apple started being very aggressive, shall we say, on limiting ad tracking. That was very important to them. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it was a big shakeup in the entire ad industry. And because of this, everybody has been scrambling to try and catch up ever since. Apple soon after updated Safari's anti-tracking tech with full third-party cookie blocking. Now, we covered this in one of our videos around that time about Google cookies and Apple and how it all works, so do check out that video. It was touted as a cookieless world. In 2021, more changes happened with recent IDFA changes to Google and them wanting first-party data only on the device. And this also means that whenever Google was using first-party data, it just wanted the lists and things like that to come from actual customers, nothing actually from the device itself. This was a big change. Google had been pushing for GA4 or Google Analytics 4 for years. And in 2022, in March, they finally said, prepare for the future with Google Analytics 4. And ever since, they have been pushing it very hard, and it has been time for everyone to switch to GA4, the new platform. Now, that is coming full force, and July of 2023, it's all going to hit. So that means that everyone needs to be updated to the new platform. Now, luckily for all of our businesses that we work with, we've been known about this for a long time. We mentioned prior about Google Ads no longer using cookies and what that means. They mentioned this back in 2019 with their privacy sandbox, and we go into great detail, and that's where we actually covered it all the way in March of 2021. And we knew about these issues that were coming, and it seems here they are. Then in April of 2022, we further mentioned to all of our readers that this day is coming, July of 2023. So be ready, because it's very, very important. As if that wasn't enough, November of 2022, we also said about what's coming in GA4 and the missteps happening or about to happen in 2023. Well, it turns out right now a lot of businesses are coming face first with that. In fact, we even poked fun of that with one of the memes that we made back in one of our newsletters not even so long ago, last month. Well, the train is here, it's coming, and it's going to hit soon. So we want to make sure that all businesses are updated, and that's what we've done for all of our clients. We know that this is going to affect a lot of businesses moving forward. We want everyone to be as prepared as they can because it's very important. So the ad industry is shifting for sure. We've seen it throughout the years, and we know what's happening, and that is change. Change is going to happen. One of the things that we've also seen is AI. AI has been very, very prevalent nowadays, and in many ways just a buzzword. But one thing's for sure, it's here. And unfortunately, a lot of big tech companies are moving or steamrolling way too heavy, too quickly with AI. We knew this, and that's why we didn't opt to use a lot of AI, because we knew it would be a big old mess. Well, it is, in fact, a big old mess. And right now, a lot of companies and a lot of people, particularly agencies, are having troubles because they might have relied too heavily on Google's automatic algorithms that just do bidding strategies and other things by clicking yes because they want you to click yes. Don't do that. It's very annoying, very, very annoying indeed, and should not be used or advised. Here was an email that was sent to unlock your account's full potential. Google Ads sent this to many, many customers saying, unlock your full potential, opt in automatically to apply recommendations. And it made it so easy by just clicking enable right there. Isn't that so easy? So wonderful. It would be so magical to just do that and everything's done and there's no issues whatsoever, I'm sure. Well, in fact, what happened when you clicked it oftentimes was everything powered down and there were issues en masse. So right now, what we need to do, and we've done with all of our clients, is to kind of slow down, not use so much AI automation. And we've actually seen less hiccups, less issues with client accounts on the whole, compared to many other agencies, which are actually having problems now. And I predict more issues coming. So because of that, we still love Google Ads. We still use them, of course. They work well when you know what you're doing. But there will be a lot of people that have trouble because they're not ready with the changes with GA4 and all that stuff. So at Cow Abundant, we do our best to take the worry out of it when dealing with those issues. And we're finding it difficult to reach support too. So because of AI changes and things like that in businesses. But we want you all to know that we're here. And right now we're seeing big ROI happening in SEO, in blogging, and in website improvements, and in updates and brand awareness plays like more video. Social platforms, currently great plays when done right, create engaging real content that helps people make informed decisions. If you want to move in that direction, just let us know. Contact Cow Abundant. So we have a lot of really great client questions that we want to take, and a lot of good client questions right now. So let's dive into a few of those. First off, we have, would exchanging links with other relevant website be beneficial for me? Well, it depends. It depends. As you probably know, it depends is a great SEO answer. You want to ask yourself a few questions. Is the site authoritative? Which you can actually check via a link that we have on our newsletter. And you can actually see if it is a good link, if it's authoritative, get an idea. Also, just go to the site, see if it looks good. And first off, does it actually make sense to share a link? That's the most important thing. Does it actually make sense if you share a link? If you have other problems, ask an agency like Cow Abundant or someone else. But if those things all line up, then go ahead, do it. Share a link. That's great. Next question is, how can we make our ads more targeted to an older age group? So if you can age target, that's the best thing, obviously. If you can, pick ages within like Google Ads or Facebook Ads or whatever. If you can target by zip code, that's great. But a lot of industries can't do that. That's what I assume the question is. There's lawsuits, homeowners associations, and others that are regulations of the industry that prevent that in Facebook and actually all ad platforms, basically, for zip code targeting and age restricted targeting. Particularly amongst housing. So what I would say is figure out what interests them, what excites them, what they eat, what they like. Use images, keywords, and the right ad copy to fit your demo. So make sure you're actually representing your demo, not somebody else that is not your demo, somebody younger or somebody too old. Like, get it right, and that would actually help. The other thing is when people see a display ad, they're reading the article just like on their phone very quickly, so when they're looking at it on their phone really quick, it's something that it has to make sense right away. So it has to be the right person, the right age group. It has to connect with them. It has to make sense. So say what it is. Don't be like tricky or weird. Just say what it is. Be clear, because they're looking at it very fast. And if it makes sense, they'll click and be like, what's this? And then beyond that, if it's an older demo, just reinforce what it is with text as well. So next question. Can a quote be used in an advertisement? So, we're not lawyers, so I can't exactly speak to all this at all. I would say consult a lawyer because that's really a legal question. But generally speaking, you can run quotes if they're made before 1923 because they're public domain and used in advertising. Quotes with permission can also be used. Contact a lawyer who knows that stuff otherwise. Number 4, is targeting by zip code accurate in Google Ads? So this one is pretty interesting, and the answer is yes and no. Essentially, when you look up something on Google, you'll see a location. So when you actually check it out, it actually says maybe like where you are. But if you look up where am I now on Google on PC, it'll give you this kind of rough estimate of where you are. This is incorrect. I am not here. My office is more south, but it has an idea. It's maybe a mile off or just over. So that's pretty close. However, if you're actually on your phone, it's going to be way more accurate because it uses GPS. So on my phone, it actually gives my exact location on GPS because, that's where it triangulates. So when you're using Google Ads, there's actually a couple ways that it triangulates. It could use zip code. It could use, basically it'll use like GPS if it's a cell phone. So cell phone towers to triangulate where you are. And if it's otherwise like your PC, it'll use your IP address. An IP address is kind of, it's where your ISP is usually or something like that. So it's not exact, but it's close. And then the other option is kind of like search history or searches maybe, but it doesn't really use that often, or tries to, but it doesn't like to do that. So the first two are really what it likes to use. Hey everybody, so upcoming we have a great big guide on LSAs or local service ads that's Google guaranteed. So do check that out. It's coming out very soon. Let's go to breaking news. So breaking news, this is basically our SEO and Google Ads news segment. So speaking of which, we have a couple of articles, couple of news pieces. First off, Google finished its reviews update. The reviews update was all about Google reviews, about relevance, and it promotes certain content as a ranking factor. That's actually, if you have like really detailed reviews that talk about your business, what you do, that actually is even more impacting on rankings. So that's something we look at with SEO wise. We do reputation management and other things. So that can really help with reviews. We can even have the ability to send out SMS texts to get more reviews. So there's a lot of cool stuff within that segment that definitely is important. Another piece is Google reduces the presence of video thumbnails in search. Just an interesting article that they actually reduced those. Next is Google to show UA3 data for additional 1 year, but will stop all reporting July 1st, 2023. This is from SEO Roundtable. And basically that means that your Google Analytics data, your old data, will still be available until July of 2024, but you will want to make sure to export that data, maybe use another service. There's PWIC, there's some other ones I think that could probably take that data, or, we're still looking into some options there too, but you want to make sure you export it prior. So pro tip, this month is about crawler bots. Google identified all the crawler bots that it uses for search. So that's something that you could take a look at, and it was kind of interesting, just all the new versus old crawler bots that it uses, more so than just a typical bot. But that was a little interesting, I thought. And then digital ad news, Bing Ads chat bot now has ads within the answers. So this was pretty interesting. The Bing chatbot uses ChatGPT, and basically inside of this, there's an ad. So if you look at the actual link that it supports, it actually puts an ad in there too, which is kind of interesting that it's doing that. But yeah, so it's trying to put in some ads in there. Thank you as always, Barry Schwartz, for the insights there. Microsoft and Roku partner to streamline ad buying. So this one is pretty interesting. It's just Microsoft has partnered with Roku, who is obviously a massive player in the ad space. Well, in the TV streaming world, I guess, because a lot of people have Roku players, and they're basically partnering up. So Microsoft is joining with Roku. Pretty neat there, and that's obviously really, really great for if you're running Bing ads, which we do. Microsoft advertising, excuse me. They changed the name, as happens all the time with these platforms. They love changing things constantly. But yeah, so that's always fascinating. Every month we support a charity. We we hope, I guess, that you would join us in donating. This month is RIP Medical Debt, of Ohio. So this is actually a really important cause. Basically, every dollar you donate gives $100 in medical debt. And what they do is they actually find people that qualify based on income. So it's low-income people with medical debt. And every dollar multiplies by $100 to give debt forgiveness. How that works is it's basically like they're a debt collector, but instead of calling all the time, they just buy the debt for pennies on the dollar, which all these debt collectors do. That's what they do. They buy it for super cheap, and then they try to collect debt. Well, they buy it for super cheap, but then they don't call. So it's a win. They just forgive the debt, and it's just happiness. So good for them. We're happy about that. Please join us in donating to this awesome, awesome cause this month. Don't forget about our fun memes to check out. That's at our newsletter. We have lots of great memes this month, as always, so do check those out. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thank you so much. Be well. Make May awesome.